Welcome back. So let's get into our oracle energy here for the day. Let's check out all of our seals. Overtone Sun, Overtone Storm, Overtone Star, Overtone Dog, and Solar Dragon. So really starting with the storm energy, we're in the overtone, so it's all about taking command, as well as that taking command, that commanding quality is represented in that radiance, which is that empowerment. It's all the same thing. It's kind of like saying we're not indulging in the blockages here today. We're moving forth in such a way as to have no hindrances. We've questioned about it, we've wondered about it, and this is what I feel is very much like the storm energy. The storm energy is like, witnessing all the pieces, witnessing the storm, witnessing the scattered chaos. And the energy of that taking command, the energy of the overtone, is like that small eye of the storm within it all. And in that center space, one goes, okay, let's wrangle up all these bits and let's get moving, right? Take hold of that and kind of pull it into yourself and watch the whole mess of chaotic sparks just go zhoop, and all of a sudden it's all within you. And so I find that's the energy of the storm, and especially too, and yesterday was the storm as well, and the helping power yesterday would have been the sun. And so it's like we're doing this bit of a swap out where, yesterday we are the storm and the helping power is the sun energy, and today we are the sun and the helping power is the storm. And so we're also coming from the energy of the storm, and so it's kind of showing with us a continuosity where that on energy yesterday, because the storm is bringing that catalytic and that highly charged, almost thunderclap, thundercloud, thunderhead of energy represented by the storm itself. And so that's the helping power. We're coming from that into that more illuminated feature that is represented by the sun. And so I find that's a very beautiful, helping power. As we move to the star, it's a portrayal of a further embodiment of that lightness, of that illuminal quality, because the star, one could say, are distant suns in the galaxy. And so what we have here is that representation of, as we come out of this, maybe inspiring multiple influences, because we can think of it as the chaos, we can think of it as very highly emotional, catalytic, but some people may think that's bad, right? Some people hear chaos and oh no, chaos is bad. And it's like, okay, I get it. One could say that nature is chaos, right? It's like we have this association with chaos, which makes us think it's bad, but it's more just like everything's kind of happening all at the same time, right? And it's only when you try to control anything does it really become bad, because you realize that you're in a conflict now. You're in a conflict with a natural isness. And so I see the storm as the representation of that more spontaneous, natural, chaotic, very kind of all happening at the same time flow. It's very inspiring. And so the star is this energy which is this beautiful, elegant dance of, touching all the bases in the way that needs to be done, and the representing of the fundamental qualities of that which is your embodiment of enlightenment, which is being represented by the sun, is coming to bear and is coming to pass. And you're representing that as your path of embodiment to yourself, from yourself, and to others, and for others, as you're showing up in that personal and, collective field. And so I find this also, that element of today is that day also to embody those energies of beauty in the way that that sun would kind of shine forth from you. Maybe it's nice to get all hot and sexy and go down to the beach. That's another one of those things that there's great esoteric knowledge in it, but there's also complete simplicity to all of this kind of energy. And so coming into the dog energy, the dog being the challenge of the sun, is it's like today feels like that energy of integrating with those other beings, integrating with that community that represent or share some of those codes of conduct, that liminal quality, that enlightened practice, that enlightened mind, that phenomenalization of shared isness that is represented by that sun. What is that singular illuminosity, which is a kind of a shared synchronicity, or we do this kind of thing. It's kind of like going to a very specific school for a very specific thing. That could be very symbolized by the sun because it's a very specific type of knowledge. And so in this way, that kind of enlightenment, you're enlightened in this kind of quantification. The dog is kind of potentially representing, okay, well, let's empower our family, our group, our tribe in this way. We're either utilizing this, this tech, this embodiment to go further in the connections with those around us, or we're tuning in specifically to that family that we be sharing this energy with and going deeper with them. And so we have the solar dragon as the hidden power here. And that one's an interesting one because the feeling of bringing this into kind of an instance of for you, like a special place for you. Like the dragon to me always brings up the nurturer, the mother, and the embodier. Like not necessarily the embodier, because I find the embodiment energy starts from after the moon, going into the dog, going into the monkey and the human. We start going more into the physical representations of embodiment. But the dragon being the being it's like allowing that which is the nature of the being to exist. And so the sun represents a certain very defined quality. And so the dragon is like showing us how to exist as that. And so we're bringing the spirit of that creation, the spirit of that being, and we're really bringing it into ourselves to be able to embody that spirit. And so it's really us. It's really within us. And so we are really it. And as such, the very wisdom of this sun energy begins to have more of a nurturing quality. And this I find also works in tandem with the dog when we're reaching out to the heart of the matter that the sun is really bringing illumination to, or that group that is really inspired by this illumination or this type of luminosity. Now we're formulating our connection with that further. Okay, stay tuned for the Mind Pyramid meditation.